Quite often, I find myself explaining to decision makers why the full electrification of flat glass furnace is not yet technically feasible. A recent report by Belbso and the VUB explains it quite well, and I invite you to look at it for more information. Now, the question I want to address today is why is it so important that the flat glass sector becomes compensated for its indirect cost linked to electricity use anyhow? Well, already today, 10% of the energy used in a flat glass plant is electricity. If you know the size of a flat glass furnace and its energy needs, we are talking massive amounts of electricity. An electricity that unfortunately is a lot more expensive than anywhere else in the world, and that comes with high carbon costs to absorb. So we need indirect cost compensation to have a protection against carbon leakage and remain competitive versus imported products. Now, in most recent plants, if the full electrification is not yet possible, more electric boosting and a gradual increase in energy use is already a way of reducing CO2 emissions. This increased use of electricity will continue tomorrow. Last February, a small but very innovative plant, a world's first in fact, was inaugurated in Europe to test the possibility of melting flat glass with up to 60% electricity. Challenges remain, but transformation is underway. So yes, electricity is a way of reducing CO2 emissions in flat glass manufacturing. Now, the current prices of electricity make it so that embracing more electrification is not an economically viable option. It entails much higher production cost, a loss of competitiveness compared to those products coming from abroad, and that's the irony of it, less protection against the risk of carbon leakage. We need to correct this odd situation. We need the flat glass sector to be eligible for indirect cost compensation. That is essential for the flat glass industry to pursue its electrification. It's essential for decarbonization and for competitiveness.